What's up, team? Coach Melissa here, and I have a 25-minute full body stretch plan for you today. This one's your daily mobility to energize. This is a perfect class to do at the beginning of your day, or if you're feeling that slump in the middle, or maybe if you need to get a workout in, but you're just not ready to pick up those weights and you want to get your body moving. Tap in here. This is when you're going to want to favorite because you're definitely going to come back for more. Now, having your yoga blocks, maybe a towel and some pillows nearby will help you get into all of the shapes. So grab every prop you need, the more the merrier. A strap can even be helpful, and let's get ourselves down onto the mat. Now you want to be in a comfortable space where you have lots of room to move. As always, our stretching classes don't use any of the AI function, so it's just you and how it feels. If you ever feel lost, you can also just pause, take a gander at me, but for the most part, we're looking for how we feel comfortable in our body, and you're not following my shapes, you're following my voice the entire time. So for this first one, we're going to start to open up the hips in a supported position. Now I'm going to take my legs into a V position, a nice soft bend in the knee, and you don't want to feel any pressure anywhere. We're going to go for a really slow hip switch, which is where our knees start to go the same way together. I'm going to support myself behind my back, roll my shoulders back, and then just start to really slowly bring the knees to one side, all the way through the center, and then all the way to the other side. So we're starting slow because we want to make sure the body is ready for what's to come. Also seeing if we can work those legs together, although they're doing two kind of different movements. This is a good time to check in and see where you might be holding some tension in one side and not the other. I struggle with internal rotation on one hip and external rotation on the other. So this is actually a pretty hard stretch for me to do equally because one leg's always trying to really take over. Now for the next element, we are going to add a forward fold, which is going to add more flexion. So we'll come up a little taller in our chest for this last one. And then settle into either side, doesn't matter. Get the legs back into a 90-degree angle, both of them, so we have a little kind of running symbol here. We're going to take our body forward and do a fold over one leg. Take the outside arm, reach it through for a thread the needle. Take your time here. As you exhale, come all the way up, come back out of the fold, and then slowly bring it to the other side. So kind of integrating both of those things. Find your forward fold here, move forward. Add that thread the needle, giving yourself some space and reaching through. Coming on up. And big breath as we take it over to the other side, taking your time, one more on each side. Again, come forward into that fold. You can give it 2 if you need a little bit more distance. Add that thread the needle, opening the T-spine, the mid-back. Come all the way back through, find the fold all the way through. Core is relatively tight here, just to control. Come forward and reach through. All the way back up, and then find your center. Nice work. All right, we're going to transition to a little ankle sit to a toe tuck rock. This is not a super easy one, but it's so good for waking up the feet. So when we're in our ankle sit, we have our feet flat. This is really good for lengthening and strengthening the ankle. I do this all the time. So when we come into this knee position, we're sitting flat. Then we're going to come forward, flex our toes, and then rock back on our feet. Come back forward, stretch through the toes, come forward onto the shins, rock back. So nice and easy here. This is where having yoga blocks nearby can be really helpful because you could use those blocks to get yourself a little deeper. If you need to stay on your toes the whole time, do that, but stay slow. And just make sure you're stretching the whole foot. This is also really good prep for getting into some deep compressive core position. So we're just doing what we can do here. And if it's just rocking back and forth on those feet, that's all you need to do, stretching through. Nice work. From here, we're going to go into a pike position. So hands down, curl the toes under, push up. Same movement that we were just practicing there. And we're going to just walk the dog a little bit. So in this position, you just move your feet around. You can keep the feet flexed. You can roll through the toes. Whatever you need to do, you can open the hips. And once we feel a little bit more comfortable here, we'll take one leg up, pressing through the palms, open that hip to the outside, stretch that heel back, and then bring that foot behind the other foot and press those heels down, stretch. Now lift it up, come back into your center position, both feet down. Opposite leg's gonna reach up, you open that hip. Bring that leg back around, bringing the hip back with you. Lift those heels up, press back down. And a little faster on that last round. So open it up, open that hip. Press through the arms. Bring the foot back behind, lift the heels, lower the heels. Bring the feet center, and you've got one more big open. Press through the arms, keep it centered. Bring that leg behind, lift and lower. And then bring both those feet into the beginning position. All right, this is one of my favorites. We're gonna come into a round back deep squat. So take those feet wide and find a nice deep squat for me. Takes a little while to get there, it's totally fine. And this is a hip shift. So we're shifting back and forth, whether you're on your heels or your toes. You can use a block here underneath your hips if you need it. Once we feel a little bit more comfortable in the hips, we're gonna round through the spine and reach those hands forward, pressing through those heels. Now in this position, you can add that hip shift back, and if it gets too intense here, it can be intense, you can come out of it. Again, you can have a pillow under your glutes here to take a little strain out of the hips, the hold here. This is an isometric hold, opening those hips. Taking breaks when you need to. Coming back forward here, really try to arch that upper back, press those hips down, so lengthening through the low back by tipping those hips underneath us. Told you this was energizing. And then we'll do one more round there, coming forward. If this isn't it for you, you just do a hip stretch that works in a squat position, or you balance that bum on something. Nice work. All right, this last one is a balanced squat in this position. Then we'll get into something easier with the wrists. So balanced squat, we're staying on the balls of our feet. We're gonna stay in this position or take a block underneath our glutes one more time. So this can always be here and you're still using the balls of your feet for that stretch. So holding here into your chest, reaching forward, and then pressing open, opening the chest, reaching those arms back. So we're getting a little bit of balance here in the lower body, lifting the heels, using that body and coordination, opening the chest. You can be as dramatic as you want. Big inhale, drawing back. Then exhale, opening up. And that dramatic breath, those big inhales and exhales with power, are gonna bring more energy and focus into the body. So as loud as you wanna be here, as deep as you wanna hold. And again, using that block under the glutes if you're still building the strength to hold all the way forward. And bring it back down, amazing. Just into the wrists here, so a comfortable position for you. Hands are gonna go onto the ground, spreading those fingers nice and wide. Heels of the hands right below the shoulders. We're gonna start with some circles, pressing into the fingertips. If you've been working out and stretching with me for a while, you know I'd never forget the wrists. We use them for everything, and we don't give them enough attention. Take the circle the other way, thinking about the fingertips all the way around the heels of the hands, and lifting gently that mid part of the hand up and away. Checking back in with the shoulders, making sure we're nice and long here. Then resting, taking the heels of the hands, pressing them away, fingertips in towards you, letting the arms be fully straight here. Using the core to support your body and slowly moving forward, and then slowly pulling back for a breath. Trying to keep the heels of the hands as close to the ground as you can. The biceps are completely turned away from you. Not letting the lower back sway too much, just keeping yourself nice and elongated. We'll do one more for a big hold. And nice work. Shake it out for a second. A little bit more wrists, a little bit more shoulders, because we've got to. Okay, we're gonna do what we call little wrist lifts here, fingertip push-ups. So you've got your hands facing inward, and we're gonna push ourselves up on just the balls of the hands, press down, and then push ourselves all the way up on the fingertips, press all the way down. Then we let our shoulders drip in between the body, pressing those shoulder blades on either side of the spine, and draw it all the way back up. So let's do that. We do that half lift, press down, full lift, press down, and then shoulders in and press up. Nice. Take it half and down, all the way, and down, and then down. So let's only keep the half lift now. So half lift, big stretch, press down, drop those shoulders, press up. Half lift, press down, really stretching the mid part of that hand. Nice work. When you get to the top of that scapular push-up, really press away from the ground, lift and lower, let it go. Whew, I love those. Now let's get some movement back in the shoulders. Single leg hip flexor stretch coming up. This is one of my favorites, and we're gonna pretend we have an invisible wall here. So get your feet into 90-90. Make sure we have 2 fist distance between the feet if they were right next to each other. This hip tucks underneath, so this glute looks bad, right? It's squished, it's weird. Hips are square, not open and back. Hold it here. Now press this heel down like the knee is trying to drive through the ground. All the toes are pressing down. In this position, if our arms come forward, our ribs stay down, our shoulders stay down. If we peel open this front side arm, big stretch here, right? Relax those shoulders down. So then this invisible wall shows up. Back arm's gonna swing all the way forward and bring it back down, look back. Front arm swings all the way around, bring it back. Keep it going. Back arm all the way forward, invisible wall. Take it down, front arm all the way around and bring it down. Nice work. Forward, then bring it down, front arm. Now if we made them both go here, left arm, back arm, front arm, nice, back arm. So the spine's getting a little massage here, front arm and back arm, back sweeping here, beautiful. Pressing through that heel, keeping that hip flexor nice and steady. Again, coordinate the body. Look a little further back behind you. Keep those shoulders nice and steady. Those invisible walls are giving you a little extra stretch and purpose. Last one, and shake it out. Okay, other side. Getting into that position, give your spine whatever love it needs. I promise there's more and more. Relax everything down. Press this heel down, give yourself the time to set up. Hips are even. Back hip tucked underneath, so big stretch on this hip flexor. We love it. Press through this foot. Knee is trying to drive through the ankle. It turns this glute on. Now we pull our ribs in, our shoulders back. We reach our arms forward. This front side arm, back side arm for you, opens up. Big press. Hold it here. We do that back side arm coming forward and back. Front side arm coming forward and back. Limited range of motion there, right? Front, open, bring it around, open. Reset every time you need to. Just getting more movement in the T-spine without those hips coming with you. They're staying locked and loaded. Front side and back side. Now if we do both arms, take it forward. We got that one. Forward, then look in the other direction, back. Yes, so both arms reaching back and reaching back. You're still in that good position with the core. You're still tucking that hip forward. Energizing through the body, connecting that breath, not holding our breath. Taking breaks when we need to. And really working to get a deeper range of motion in that shoulder, wiggling the fingers, keeping that blood flowing all the way through. You've got this, ribs down, no arching, hip forward, squeeze the glute. Last one. And chest opener coming up next. We're gonna sit down. You can sit on a block, on your heels, whatever feels right. And I'm gonna clasp my hands behind me. If you need a towel or a strap for this, go for it. Now with my arms clasped behind me, we'll turn this way just for a visual. I'm gonna roll my shoulders back and then stretch down. Roll it forward, roll it back, stretch down. So limited range of motion, but using my wrists or the strap to give me some leverage as I pull down. Really drawing forward, using my arms as the stretch there, pulling up and around, and pull it back. We'll do one more here, release the neck for a moment. Look side to side. Nice work. And let's finish strong. Couple more here, big rolls open. And last one. Amazing work. Shake out the wrist, shake out the neck. Feel good about what you've done. And let's do just a bit more here. So we're gonna go for a seated position again. Heels or all the way down is totally fine. We're gonna reach those arms, keeping the ribs down all the way up. Bring the hands behind the head completely. Elbows try to touch together. And then we open the arms back up. Do the same thing, except for heels of the hands come back to touch, okay? So inhale, arms reach all the way up. Bring them back. Pull the elbows together, stretch. Neck is long, ribs are in, nice tall spine, hands behind the back. So just another way to stretch the shoulders and the chest all the way together, elbows in, and you're doing what you can do today, not what I can do. We're gonna do one more all the way up here. And then last one all the way down. Take one hand to one side, open your up side body stretch. Take it to the other side. Give yourself one more and then shake out those shoulders. Coming in a standing forward fold here. A Jefferson fold, sort of. It's close to that. And we're gonna just swing and let everything go. So get ready for a release. So coming up to a standing position. Roll the shoulders back for me. And then bring the chin to the chest. One vertebrae at a time. Roll yourself down like you're trying to become the smallest version of yourself all the way down, smash through. Then when you reach your deepest forward fold, bend those knees a little deeper, release the low back, bring the chin to the chest, and just slowly pendulum swing yourself side to side. We'll be here for about 10 seconds and we'll do one more. And it's just those 2 repetitions, nice and slow. One more big inhale. We find our center, press through the heels. Drop the arms, go through the tailbone, one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to stand. Chin comes last. And let's do it again, all the way down. Nice big full breaths. Grab those elbows, swing it side to side. About 10 seconds here. Feet are down on the ground, knees are bent. Chest is against the thighs. And let it go. Let the hands come to the ground, roll yourself up nice and dramatically, then bring those feet nice and wide. We're going for our side to side lunge. And we're gonna take our body all the way to one side, come up to the center, just prepping the movement, knee over second and third toe, back to center, hips are nice and square. Getting a little lower on this next one. All the way down and getting to our lowest stretch on this final one, holding it here, adding our T-spine rotation if it feels okay. Coming in and out. We'll do 3 more this way. Inner thigh, nice big stretch, pressing through the heel, trying to stay on the whole foot, not just the toe. And last one, over to the other side, all the way up or staying low, whatever works for you today. Hand down, pressing shoulder against knee. And giving ourselves that little reach, whatever feels good to you, finding the balance in the heel, and leaning into sensation, but never into pain. We're trying to wake the body up, not put it to sleep, yeah. All the way over, nice work. Back to the edge of the mat, some easy movement here, inchworm to a cobra or an up dog, whatever feels right for you. So shake out that lower back for me for a moment, press the heels into the ground, feel grounded, and then bring those feet down, bend the knees as much as needed, walk out to your plank position. I'm gonna drop my hips here, go right into a cobra style stretch, shoulders back. Nice big stretch here, opening the ribs, squeezing the hips down, chin lifted, spine nice and long, then curling the toes under and walking ourselves right back up. Nice and slow. Coming all the way down. Finding that position, dropping in. Opening, stretching, no compression in the low back, opening, right? Ribs are expanded, shoulders are back. And then bringing it back through. And walking all the way back. We have time for just one more, all the way down. Holding it here, nice big stretch. Opening up, feeling that length, that lift. Front of the body is getting so long. And then letting it go. Coming into all fours, a little rolling cat-cow action, giving that spine even more love before we're on our back. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're gonna come up into that big arch shape that we know and love. Tuck the tailbone, press through the palms, bring that chin to the chest, and then take your hips back into a big, big stretch here. As we come back forward, I want you to open up the chest, let the chin come forward, pull the shoulders back. And take it back again, roll it back, sit back deeply, and then roll forward, making it as big, as dramatic as you want. Taking it back through those shapes all the way through, and speeding it up if that feels right to you now. All the way back. Inhaling forward, and just giving some energy, some life to that core, to the spine. Last breath here, taking whatever movement you need side to side, and then finding our way onto our back. All right, We're on our back here. This is something I do every day in bed. It's something we can do now, right when you wake up. It's a good one. So we're gonna draw our knees into our chest and we're gonna simply rock and roll. You can start the rocks quite small, but then as we're moving, I want you to start compressing the core a little bit more. That's why this one does have some core in it. We want to roll as smoothly as we can. The idea is that we lengthen the low back. We keep the core so tight, the ribs so tightly knit that we're massaging the back here. We're here for a couple more rocks and rolls, whatever version is working for you. Big deep breath. And then settle down. Nice work. Now we're going to take the knees simply side to side. Again, up to your mobility today. We don't need to overthink it. We're just loosening up that lower back. I've got my hands on the ground either side. Again, I do this in bed, just waking up the spine, getting movement going, blood flow going. I'm letting my body know we're going to do some work today, yeah? We're here for just a few more reps, bringing those hips a little further, side to side, letting that mid-back really stretch and twist. And then find our center here. Same idea, but we're gonna bring the knees to one shoulder, and then we're gonna bring them down towards the opposite corner of the room. So one corner up, one corner down. Just a few there. Already feeling alive and well. And next way, this one always messes me up. Once I'm in a flow, I want to stay in it. So really core, lifting those knees up, dropping them down, finding that lower angle so the hips stretch as well. And last one here, nice long starfish stretch, but I want you to drop the heels and press one leg a little longer, then press the other leg a little longer. We press and press, that's it. So drive, those flat feet pressing away, lengthening that lower back as much as you can for 3 and 2 and 1. Amazing work. Bring those knees into chest, rock and roll yourself all the way up to seated or standing. We're almost there. You did it, my friends. Okay, this is one of my favorite. If you ever took dance when you were young, you've probably done isolations of the ribs. We are going to hug ourselves here. So bring your hands around your back, grab onto your shoulder blades or anything you can. A strap can be used as well. And we're going to bring our chin down, rounding through our back here, then opening up, lifting those elbows. Bring it down, trying to isolate that upper back, allowing length here. Open those arms up, switch which one's on top, it makes a difference. Really opening, energizing, exhale, close it down. Last one here, switch those arms one more time and give me some big circles. Just opening up the ribs, taking it one way. Take it the other way. Nothing feels better than this to me, I swear. I love it. All the way open. And shake out those wrists, shake out those shoulders, and let's finish it off with some heel bounces. One of, again, my daily movements. We're gonna press our heels down, coming up on the balls of our feet, and I want you to really feel like the heels are hitting the ground at the same time. As this is happening, you're letting your legs be loose. You can kind of feel your glutes jiggling. You might feel other things jiggling, and that's fine. But we want to try to keep that same pattern and bounce. It's hard. So you want to find a little bit of a rhythm. Not only is this great for your whole body, our bodies love to bounce. There's lots of cool research on it, especially when we're getting a little older. But it's really good for your bones. It's good for your digestion even, right? But on top of that, it helps with coordination and the beginnings of plyometrics because your feet have to strengthen and balance. So while we're doing this, we're trying to keep that energy. And again, something you can do daily just to keep your body functioning a little bit better. We want to be athletes for life. We don't need to jump over a hurdle maybe, but we want our legs to be moving together. We'll do this for just a couple more seconds. I know. Thank you for staying with me. They're so small. It's not big. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake it all out. Easy knee pulls to finish. Give your hips some love. Big hug to yourself, to your knees. Was this your normal stretch? No. But if you expected normal from me, you haven't been paying attention. I care about you, your longevity, your resilience, and doing stuff like this is gonna make you better. Now, if anything today, as we finish up, last one, big open of the chest, take a big deep breath, exhale, let it down. Couple more breaths like that as we talk. Big arms open. If anything today felt out of your reach, it's not. Just because you can't do it today does not mean you can't do it ever. And if there's something that just doesn't work for you, then I want you to reach out and I'll give you something you can. Moving your spine, working your core, warming up your wrists, your ankles, your hips. This is all stuff we want to do every day, and I can help you do it in a way that works for you. Get some yoga blocks, get a pillow, and don't be afraid to try something new or modify something else. As long as we're not in pain, we're just going for a sensation and breath, we are on the way to something bigger. One more big deep breath here. Open it. Let those arms come down, shake it out. And I am so proud of you for checking in today. I can't wait to see how much this helps you. If you do it daily, weekly, or even monthly, it's gonna add to it, okay? And do those heel bounces and the bed stretches. Do it all. I'll see you soon. Bye.